Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go! Hey, oh my God, where's the button at? There it is.
Are we live and you're doing your thing?
We're live everywhere but Rumble, because apparently Rumble requires a different stream key every week, and I didn't know that. So
okay. Hey, welcome to the BRANE Show.
Welcome to the BRANE Show, guys. Sorry if you are normally a Rumble viewer and you can't watch it, because even though I set it up, I was not aware of the separate stream keys, but I'll fix it next week.
It's
I
new.
apologize.
It's new. We forgive you. It's a new thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
If you hate YouTube so much that you want to watch, but you don't want to watch YouTube, then you can watch on X. That's
That's true. I'm still trying to figure out how to watch.
Remember that, we had people waiting in Rumble, and now they can't see us. I feel so bad. I feel bad.
You should feel bad. Why don't you know better? Okay, I'm just kidding. Let's move on with this whole thing.
I set it up, guys. It's right there, but it's not streaming. It's not streaming.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. So, hey.
My name is Brian. That is Shane. You are watching The BRANE Show, and today we are talking about some great topics. We're going to talk about what Trump's first day in office is going to be like. First 100 days. Because guess what? Daddy's home. He's knocking on the door.
It sounds so creepy when you say it like that.
Dude, I saw a video of them taking the Biden photos off the wall of the White House, and I was like, the nation is healing.
Just by taking down the photos.
We're going to talk about Trump's first day, his first 100 days. TikTok is maybe getting banned. It's supposed to be banned actually tomorrow.
Isn't it funny how ambiguous that is? Like, is it going to happen? Like TikTok's like, hey, America, you going to let this happen? I think they think it's going to be stopped before it happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that it's scheduled for banning tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about what Trump said about it. And we got some alien news. Some news about aliens. A lot of stuff is dropping in the next couple days. Too bad we do our show 2 days before everything drops.
No, we're like right in the middle of everything. This is great. So it's perfect time for speculation. Today, there's a news conference that's happening where an alien whistleblower is going to supposed to have photos of a Tic Tac or something like that. Okay, so we've got that. We've got tomorrow. We've got TikTok. You could wake up and it's gone. I don't use it, so I don't know. But those of you who do, could be very sad. You might have to go to YouTube Shorts, which seems to be about the same exact thing as TikTok. Anyways.
Oh no, it's actually better. I'll tell you why it's better. Okay. Because YouTube, and by the way, we've gotten wrecked for the reused content thing, but now I know why they have that rule.
Okay.
Because if you go on Twitter, on TikTok right now or Instagram, it's like 90% of the crap you're going to see is not original content. It's usually some dude reacting to someone else's content, literally not adding anything. It's just, he has a little picture in the corner. He's like, look at that. Look at that. Sometimes it's really bad where it's a guy going like this, reacting to another guy who's reacting to content. And you're like, oh my God,
that's kind of funny, actually.
But it's obscene when
reacting to another person reacting. Could you do 3 times, or 4 times reacting to it? Would be just crazy.
But an inception of stolen content.
So TikTok, we'll talk about that more. And also on Monday is the inauguration of the 47th president of the United States. And before we go too deeply in that, we're going to talk about all that stuff. We have to talk about supporting the channel. We are demonetized. We're working it out. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we've created a wonderful merch store. And if you really want to support the channel, this is the way to do it. I have my shirt coming, my Gen X. If you can pop that up on screen for us. I have my Gen X shirt. It was supposed to be here for the show so I could wear it. Now I'm wearing my born in 1973 shirt. So, but if you can show it on the screen, Brian,
I am showing it.
You know, I don't see it on my preview, so I guess I don't know that you're doing it.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right, I gotta figure this out. It's hard to navigate not knowing what the hell's going on. Anyways, Gen X, speak your mind. I can handle it because we can literally. I know these young people, they can't handle it. Like I have young people that I have to speak to all the time who literally can't handle my words, but we can. And so you can too. Also, we have this wonderful 1776 hat.
Well, actually, I'm showing them the Thailand shirt right now. Visit Thailand.
See, I can't see. How am I supposed to navigate this?
So you want to be able to, I guess I'm going to have to set up 2 streams for you to look at.
Well, but if you're showing something, how am I supposed to talk about it?
That's a good point. Yeah, right now I'm showing you the Visit Thailand shirt. If you've been around for a while, that's an ongoing joke. But this is the hat I normally wear. I lost my hat. I had to get a new one made, and it's on the way. And you can buy it. It comes in black. You can get it neon pink if you're into that.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound good.
Black and red. It comes in a lot of cool colors, man. And basically, it's a black American flag, and it says 1776. It's my design.
I like that one.
I'm very happy with it. And this is the one I'm getting. I like my blue and red. I'm a big fan of the blue and red. So
listen, we love America, and we want to support our country. And if you guys want to support your country too, help us out. We get about the same amount back as we would from YouTube. So if you want some merch, looks good.
It's a quality hat. It's a quality hat.
Yeah, it's quality.
Yeah, I'm actually under the impression that maybe Shane stole my hat and he won't admit it.
Honestly, if I had been in your area,
it just disappeared. One day I was wearing it, and the next day it was gone, and I have no clue what happened to it.
Yeah, one of your kids stole it, dude. That's
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But anyways, so thank you guys. Appreciate it. If you want to support, you can use coupon code.
Also this sweet mouse pad, MAGA Assemble. It's pretty rad.
Okay, if you're into mouse pads,
yeah. And my favorite shirt that I've ever made is the Epstein alphabet, and if you read it really close, it says, "Epstein didn't kill himself."
I actually really like that shirt.
It's my favorite shirt. Yeah, I have designed thousands of shirts, and this is still my favorite.
Anyways, do we have a coupon code yet? No, we don't. Right? We're still working on it.
You know what? I should have had that set up. I will have it set up.
Okay.
I'll set it up right now, actually. You go ahead and talk. I'll set it up.
What do you want to say? BRANE Show?
Yeah. just BRANE. Just BRANE. Make it easy.
BRANE.
Just BRANE.
BRANE for a coupon code. You'll get some sort of discount, and we appreciate you so much. So today we're going to be talking about all those things. It's been a weird week. One of the things you don't know is that after the show last week, there was a fire. No joke. We got done talking about the LA fires, and literally a fire broke out less than a mile from my house, in a river bottom. And, literally our house was like threatened, and we thought there was a chance we were going to lose our house. Really, really interesting and strange situation. I went out and drove around the perimeter trying to figure out, like, do I need to evacuate my kids? Do I need to start packing up stuff? What's going on? Essentially, it was homeless people. Second fire in that area in 2 weeks. And the homeless people had started a fire. It was really weird. Apparently, and I don't know if the homeless person was, what exactly they were doing, but the police caught them coming out of the river bottom with a gas can. So I don't know if they were
wild,
lighting their fires with gas. Totally possible. It definitely is easy to light a fire that way. Or there was some nefarious arson occurring, but it was a homeless encampment where they were sleeping. So it seems like that would not be cool. But with the winds kicked up, luckily the firefighters in Ventura County were awesome. They were able to, knock it down before it got to any houses. So very cool. 55 acres burned though.
By the way, I figured out how you can actually see what they're saying. I just figured it out right now. I just gotta press one button.
Yes.
I gotta remember to press one button when I'm navigating so you can see what I'm saying. That's it.
One more thing that you have to do.
One more thing I gotta remember out of the 5 screens I'm working with over here. But you can see it now, right? Look at you can see.
Yeah,
it.
It's great.
Oh, look at that.
I feel in control at this moment, like not out of control like a moment ago. I didn't know what was going on. All right. So, what's the URL for the merch shop? I guess we probably should have told them that. Huh?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow. Okay. So, you know what, guys? We're trying. Okay.
Yeah. What is it actually?
I got it. I'm actually going to post it right now.
Well, don't post the long one because that's confusing.
No, I'm not.
It should be.
I got it.
It's just mixtease.com/brain or mxtz.co/brain. BRANE.
Oh, really? mxtz.co/brain. Huh?
That's the shortest link. MXTZ.
Oh, you're right. That's great.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at websites, man.
And also, if you peruse around the Mixed Teas, if you're not doing something in the Brain Show, there are other YouTubers that you might like that also have their merch there. So
yeah,
just heads up.
Yeah, there's some.
Not that I'm saying you should buy their stuff, but if you want to, you can.
Cool YouTubers you might like there. Okay, man. Well, let's. Man, I'm so bummed out that Rumble is not running. Oh, I'm so annoyed by that. I'm not.
It's funny. It's totally derailing you.
Yeah, I know, because I thought it was good. I didn't know you had to have a separate URL. It's so stupid. They shouldn't do it that way. It makes no sense. Anyways,
you don't know till you do it, you know?
Yeah, I promise you next week this will not be the case.
You don't know what you don't know. Okay, so let's talk
we're
about...
learning a little bit because this whole system is actually pretty new. It's the second show.
It is. Yeah, you're right. It's only the second show. I know we're going to talk about things like Trump first, but I mean, it feels like we should talk about him in order of like how things are going to occur, but should we save Trump for the end? You want to talk about Trump at the beginning?
What do you want to talk about first? I'm cool. Whatever. The TikTok ban? No.
The alien things today.
We got to talk about the TikTok ban after the Trump thing because I got a cool transition for that. So,
all right, let's talk Trump first. We gave it on the thumb, right?
Yeah, he's on the thumb. He's on the thumb, looking dapper. Okay,
it's been a weird week for Trump, man.
It has been. You know, I was talking on the Salty Show. He recently made Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and Jonathan Voight ambassadors to Hollywood.
Hell yeah. That's so brilliant. That's so brilliant.
Pretty good.
The conservative voices, right? The old guys, right? The conservative voices, let's have them be ambassadors to Hollywood. Right. Now, Hollywood, they aren't going to do anything about it. But I like what it does is it's sending a message. That's all it is. It's about sending a message. But it's not going to actually mean anything, but it's like, this is the side I'm on.
We're going to send a message.
When it comes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
But it's been a weird week because he had so many things have happened that are interesting. So we had the Hamas ceasefire negotiated, in which Biden took credit for. Biden went out there and said, yes, we did it. And it's been a week of Biden basically trying to solidify his legacy in some way. And the truth being that Trump really did most of the work. Now, there was some work together. Like his team was on the ground there supporting, but it was really Trump's, listen, if there's not a ceasefire by the day I take office, there will be hell to pay.
Right.
Like that was the reason it happened. Okay. Because Hamas knows they don't want the might of America, up their butts.
I mean, I find it highly coincidental that all of a sudden they're willing to talk and play. When Trump's getting in office, and they confirmed that that guy, I forgot his name,
which one?
The guy he's going to be Department of Defense, head of Department of Defense.
Oh, you're talking about
oh my God, I forgot his name.
And the fact that you brought it up is now why I can't remember it.
Yeah,
it's he's the
whatever, this guy who was super
Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense. He's super gung ho on killing Hamas.
SecDef, yeah. SecDef. Did he actually get confirmed?
Pete Hegseth. Thank you, Drew.
Did he actually get confirmed? I know he did his hearing, but did they vote?
I believe he was confirmed.
Let me find out.
Yeah.
Because that was the one that was a little bit worried about.
Yeah, I think you told me the odds of him getting confirmed are pretty low, but I'm pretty sure
they were.
I read that he was confirmed.
Well, no, they did the hearing.
Well, either way, his view on Hamas is very.
Oh no, he's not confirmed. It's going to happen after inauguration.
Okay, I see.
But he did go in and mess up Pocahontas a little bit, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, and his view on Hamas is really retaliatory. So, it can't be just a coincidence. For 2 years or so, they've been totally unwilling to work, totally unwilling, devastating that part of the world. And now all of a sudden they're like, okay, so you guys want to talk?
And I thought it was funny that Biden basically took credit for it, and he wants it to be part of his legacy. But the problem is his legacy is pretty much destroyed. There's really nothing that they're going to remember. Unfortunately, the thing he's going to be remembered for is not having all of his wits at the end. And listen, he's an old man.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Right.
It's not embarrassing. It's a terrible thing for our country that this was able to happen. And it's a big reason why I think they hid him in the basement 4 years ago when he was elected. I think they probably knew back then that there were issues, potential issues, and he couldn't make it through the whole full 4-year term. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I don't think I would have wanted Kamala Harris to take his place halfway through.
Right.
Even if, because I'm not sure she would have been better, honestly. I think his team at least didn't do any more damage to our country before we could do something about it.
I don't know. So the empathy part of me wants to sort of feel sorry for the old guy who's being, controlled like the weekend, like it's Weekend at Bernie's for the United States presidency. But the guy who's known this person, not personally, obviously, but like I've known him and what he's said for years and years and years. It's hard to feel bad for him. It's hard to feel sorry for him. He has made really poor decisions in regard to our country. He has let people take over that have made poor decisions. So part of me is angry, and the other part is like, this guy is super old and senile, and they're just controlling him like he's Kermit,
Yeah, and if you go back and look at like when Reagan, towards the end of his 8 years, he was starting to have, you could see there was some sort of, cognitive issues starting to occur. When you compare like some of the little faux pas from Reagan at the end to what Biden's been going through, especially like the last 2 to 2.5 years, it's just night and day. This is by far the worst any president has ever been on the world stage, seemed mentally on the world stage. And it is scary, the fact that it's obvious that he's not been running the country and that it's been his people around him doing it. So
it's terrifying.
Very bad for America.
It's terrifying that there is some unelected people that are really running the country. That's terrifying to me.
Right. So what's going to happen on day one? So we've got inauguration happening. I believe it's happening at 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't really care necessarily about the inauguration itself. But it's going to last about an hour, and it's been moved indoors. So it was outdoors. And I know this is going to be tough for Trump because Trump really likes being celebrated.
Right.
It's part of who he is.
Look at the crowd.
He likes the adoration. And
the crowd is huge.
There is no bigger event that will ever occur than inauguration. And if you remember, go back to 2016, he was obsessed with his inauguration.
I remember, yeah.
Because he looks at it as how much people love him. Like that's a way to measure how many people showed up.
I would say President Trump, listen, you got both the Electoral College and the popular vote. You should be happy with that, man.
I know, but it's not going to be enough for him. Just really quick, Anthony Mark, thank you. Noon Eastern time, so 9 a.m. Pacific. So noon Eastern, it's going to happen. It's going to be indoors. It's going to be too cold. And he's doing the right, and this is one thing you got to hang your hat on first. Trump could have fought for it not to be held indoors. If you're worried about what kind of guy this is going to be and how much he cares about people, like if he was truly a megalomaniac and didn't care about anybody but himself, he would have made the thing be outside anyways.
Right.
But he didn't. He's agreed to take it inside, which means he's going to have a lot less people show up. It's going to be super cold.
Yep.
Anyways, so that's going to be inside. It's going to last about an hour. Then what used to happen is the president used to walk after he was inaugurated from there to the White House. Okay. But in this case, he's probably going to be taken in a bulletproof limo. There still are concerns about him being in public.
Of course.
And we have yet to see. And now that it's being moved indoors, this is actually another good reason, is like, that's going to be a lot more difficult for somebody to take a shot at him, so that's good news. But once he gets into the Oval Office, he's going to have at least 12 executive orders that he's going to be signing right away. And I say 12 because I know that there's like 11 issues that he's really been on, but there could be even more than 12. His team's been working over the past several weeks on the documents. So they'll just be ready. They'll be done, ready to sign. And it's going to be a huge moment. And I think it's going to be a huge splash because he really wants to send a message on his first day in office.
Real quick, before we get to that, I do have footage from the future of Donald Trump after inauguration walking up to the White House. You guys, want to see?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Check it out, bro. It's
I don't know how you get this future stuff.
Yeah, dude, I got a time machine. Here we go.
Dun 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 dun.
Negan.
Little pig, little pig.
Dude, Negan is like one of my favorite
Yeah, for sure.
TV characters of all time. Dude.
He's awesome.
I love him.
Little pig, little pig.
That's great. It's going to happen like that. What is he going to be doing? Okay, so
Mass deportation.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. I believe it's going to be mass deportation.
Okay.
Taxes, trade policy, tariffs, right? Foreign policy.
Wow, you just burned all through those. That's great.
When it comes to the immigration, people are really concerned about like the mass immigration part of it. But I think that he's probably going to start by closing the border. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Close the border, right?
That's the first thing he's going to do is close the border.
People are worried that the DACA, the Dreamers, are going to be like deported automatically.
He's already said they're not going to be.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm saying he said that, so I'm making sure there's a lot of bad information out there. People believe that when Trump gets in office, all of a sudden they're going to have to leave their family and go to Mexico. People that have never even been to Mexico, they may have been born there, but they were raised here. That's not happening. So chill out. It's just not. Title 42, that's going to be a big thing. Travel bans, and I believe the birthright citizenship is going to be a big thing.
Okay, so let's go through. Birthright citizenship is going to be a part of the immigration policy. So let's do immigration a little bit. So what's going to happen is initially he's going to get rid of everybody we have that's being held. So all of the people who've committed crimes that are immigrants, they're going to be deported first.
Right.
Okay. Then they're going to start doing a search for people who have known committed crimes or are wanted for crimes, and there's going to be a search for those people put out.
Right.
And then things are going to get tough. I took my car to the car wash last week.
Okay.
And we have this area here. We're in Southern California, of course. And one of the car washes is, the guys who do it are obviously fresh illegal immigrants.
Right.
These are the guys who they don't speak any English. They really don't have any families or anything yet. They're young and they're just trying to work, and they pay them probably almost nothing.
Yeah. It's like slavery.
Right. Sort of. And so, and which I always tip really well because, I'm just like, my God, and so I have really a lot of empathy for anybody coming to our country to try to make a life for themselves.
Yeah.
It's not their fault that they're trying to make their life better. None of us would do it any differently.
Right.
We would all try to, we would, take axes and chisels to get through to come to America.
Are you kidding me? I considered it when I heard that the Biden administration was handing out like $10,000 SNAP cards. I was like, I'm going to go down there and break in.
Yeah. So what I really hope happens before Trump decides to force anybody else out of this country, okay, after he does that, I would like him to outline who should be here, who can come here legally, because right now that system is also broken. You got to know somebody. You got to be able to grease palms to get here. I know we want the best of the best from the world, but we also have to be able to make it a reasonable opportunity for people to come to this country who maybe don't have political connections in foreign countries to be able to come here.
Right.
So I really hope that he does something to make sure that some regular people can also come here and have a chance. What we want is in this country is hardworking people who want to come and love America, who want the best for themselves and their families, and aren't going to do nefarious things and try to build a life for themselves and for everybody else. Rising tide floats all boats. That's 100%. What we want here. So so I think he's going to have a tough moment when it comes to now we got to get rid of all these other people because he's already said they got to go. So I think you're going to see this system of, getting rid of the worst first. And then when it comes down to getting rid of the others, there could be some delay there. Right. There might be a point at which we just accept the fact that this has occurred and these people end up staying. And with the border closed, no new people can come in. And then our kind of the framework of how we do things can kind of absorb all of the illegal immigrants that have come into this country, and we can get back to neutral. Like almost like when, and I don't want to put this the wrong way, when you get sick, okay, your body ends up with some virus that comes in, and I'm not trying to say that illegal immigrants are bad or anything like that. What I'm saying is they're not part of the normal operating system of how things work in the body. So when they come in, they screw everything up for a little while until the antibodies come in and kind of absorb it, or
they're malware until you activate McAfee.
Okay, and that may make sense to other people other than what I'm saying, but I think you guys get it. The point is they need to be the people who are going to stay, and I'm telling you, there's no way we're going to be able to take 12 million people out of this country. I don't even know if they can figure out how to find them all. But let's get rid of all the bad ones and see what happens.
Honestly, let's just start with the bad ones, closing the border, and deporting the people that are in jail for committing crimes, being held in detention centers, that kind of stuff. Let's just start with the most basic of immigration, border control. Because that's what's crazy is a lot of people are super excited about this. Like, oh, right, we're finally going to close our border. The crazy thing is this should be a normal thing. It should be complete. This shouldn't be some kind of special.
The border's not supposed to be open. Guys.
Yeah, it's not a special consideration. No, the border's not supposed to be open. Criminals aren't allowed to just come in and do whatever they want. This is a normal thing for countries to secure their borders. It's not.
I mean, even when people came in legally, right, to our country, they came in through Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, all that stuff. There's a processing. There's a processing that has to occur. People just don't walk in across the border. Anyway, so that's a big part of what's going to happen on day one. Drill Baby Drill is going to happen. He's going to be, removing all of the barriers that are keeping companies from being able to drill. What's that going to do? It's going to lower gas prices, which in turn is going to lower the price of groceries in the grocery store, because part of the reason why grocery store prices are so high is because it costs the energy prices are so high for these things. So the prices on everything should start to come down a lot. I do want to make sure careful. Don't expect like everything to drop in half by price. Like, don't think you're going to wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden milk's going to be $2 and gas is going to be $2.50. That is not what's going to happen.
It's going to take a minute. Yeah.
It's going to happen slowly. And honestly, there's going to be a lot of corporations and companies who are going to want to fight lowering prices, because who wants to give up money when you're getting it? So it's going to be, you're going to have to give time. So Trump's going to do this. And here's what's going to happen. In the first 3 months that he's in office, people are like, okay, Mr. President, where are the prices? The Democrats and the liberal media is going to be like, see, you didn't do it. You did it. And nothing happened. So, but you got to wait, because prices are going to come down, but it's going to take capitalism and the free market to like slowly make that occur. And you'll see prices start to drop, and you're going to have to pay attention to that. So, yeah,
it's not going to be an overnight thing. Our economy is not going to roar back to life the second Trump gets in office. It's a ship. It's a big giant ship that has to be turned around slowly, because if you try to do it too quick, you're going to break the ship. But I'm still excited for 4 years of righting the ship at the very least.
It's better than where we were going last year.
I'm into that, dude.
Regardless of what happens, it's better.
Yeah.
So
my God, it was. One thing we're going to see pretty quick? We're going to see the stock market go up pretty quick.
We'll see. A lot of that is already priced in. The stock market started going crazy right after he was elected.
That's true.
Back in November. So it's already priced in, a lot of it. We had a huge rally going into the end of the year. So I actually think it's going to be kind of, because they already know some of the things he's going to do. And the stock market is really good at figuring that in advance. So I think we're going to have a lull in the stock market for a while. And then when we actually see companies start coming back with all of how much they're earning, then you're going to start to see the stock market go back up again.
Yeah.
Birthright citizenship. If you guys don't know what that means.
Yeah, I want to know what that means.
Okay. So birthright
I don't fully understand it.
So if a pregnant illegal immigrant comes into this country and has their baby 5 minutes later across the border, that baby is a citizen of our country.
Right.
That's not normal. So that's something that people say, well, it's always been that way. That's actually not true. So that was implemented much further into our country. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to end it. And it's a good point, because you're going to deport the mother, and so what happens is the baby ends up here, and like, well, we can't really get rid of the mother and father because the baby's a citizen,
Right.
So they used to call them anchor babies,
Right.
They keep you there. Well, Trump's going to end that, and they're going to say, well, we're really sorry, thank you for coming here, you didn't come here the right way, so you and your baby are going to leave and go back to where you came from.
Now, what if they're already here?
If it's already happened as part of the immigration process,
Right. Like if they what if they came in last week and had their baby?
You can't. Well, I don't think you can, retroactively change.
Of course
law.
not. Yeah. Okay.
So it'll be from the moment he signs it moving forward, and then I'm sure there's going to be legal battles. There's going to be lots of legal battles. It's going to go all to the Supreme Court, I'm sure.
There's no way that works like that. Like, I can't go to China, have a kid, and my kid all of a sudden be a Chinese citizen, right?
Right, but China is also, not a democracy.
China is asshole.
I feel like I've heard that before.
It's a meme, yeah. It's a meme.
Oh, okay. So we got that. He's the big one, right? He's gonna pardon January 6 defendants. It's going to happen.
Yeah. What the hell? There's people sitting in jail still for trespassing.
Well, here's the thing. He's not gonna get rid of all of them. He's not gonna pardon all of them. Okay. He's gonna pardon the ones that where nothing violent occurred.
Right.
I believe what's gonna happen is he's gonna pardon all those people first, and then they're gonna take a look case by case. I think they're gonna have the Attorney General Bondi. Which by the way, she did a really great job in her confirmation hearing. She stood up to every one of those senators, and she really gave it to him. I think she's going to be a great attorney general. And once she looks at it, we'll determine, what happened. We still don't know how much the FBI informants were involved. There were more than 20 FBI informants.
Yes, and this is what drives me nuts about J6 is there are people sitting in jail that have yet to even go before a judge, and there's all this fairy dust, for lack of a better word, ambiguousness around how many FBI agents were there. I don't understand why they can't just say, hey, we had this many FBI agents there. Here's their names. Let you go. Let's see who started what. Who incited what.
But you know why?
I know why, but it's pathetically corrupt.
It's going to be a black mark on that administration. It's going to be a black mark on the FBI. And that's the problem. And so the people running the FBI, of course, through the last 4-year term with Biden, they weren't on the MAGA side or the conservative side. They were on the liberal side.
Right.
So now it's going to take a Bondi and to come in and sort out everything that happened. And, it's going to be tough for her, because if you think that all of a sudden everybody inside these 3-letter agencies are just going to roll over and like, okay, here you go. Here's everything bad we did. These people are going to hide shit. She's going to have her own teams. They're going to have go in and figure it out. It's not going to happen right away. So be prepared for that. Some of the J6ers are going to stay in prison probably for the next 2 years, in my opinion, until they get this figured out. But a lot of them are going to go on the first day. A lot of them are going to be out. So that's one of the things he's going to do.
So someone in the chat,
I don't know why.
Someone in the chat said, well, go ahead.
I just don't know why I automatically sound like Trump sometimes when I talk.
It's hard not to.
Like, it's really hard not to. I'm sorry.
So Michael said in the chat, honestly, guys, this is like the Death Star blew up and the good guys won, and I have something for you for that. Highly accurate right here. So 2016 was a New Hope.
What is this?
2020 was Empire Strikes Back. And now he's got, that's the mugshot photo. And here we are, the villain arc, Return of the Jedi, looking striking.
So is this like the overall theme of the movie? Is that what it's supposed to be like?
Right. Like Empire Strikes Back was like the good guys lost, blah blah blah.
Oh, I got it. Okay, all right.
Hit the wrong button there.
Yeah, well, it all depends what he does. So let's be real honest about something here. He now has 4 years to do it, and I think he's prepared. I think he's ready, but he's got to do it, and he's got to do it right. So just because he's been voted in, everything's not solved yet. So they're still yet to be determined. I mean, I really hope he succeeds, and it's what our country needs. But I just don't want to start cheering too soon. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to wait and see what happens. Let's see what else he's going to do. So the Ukraine war, I don't think he can executive order anything with the Ukraine war. He has promised that he would get it settled before becoming president. I know he's already talked to Zelensky and Putin.
Right.
Before becoming president. I think everyone understands the path to the war ending. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a ceasefire, and then we're going to have some sort of agreement that Ukraine doesn't join NATO and that Ukraine stays a neutral country.
Right.
I'm not going to get into whether or not it's good or bad or whatever. It's bad that Russia decided they wanted to go in and take Ukraine. I think it was an excuse. It's not like Ukraine joined NATO. And listen, the U.S. would not want Canada or Mexico to be in the China-Russia alliance. Okay? I'm just saying we wouldn't. Right. Okay? And I'm not saying that we would necessarily invade Mexico or Canada, but we would be very uncomfortable in that situation.
Right.
So my point is when you kind of think of it from that point of view, you can see why Russia did what they did. It's still fucked up and not cool that it happened. Lots of people have died, and there was another way. So the jury's still out. Does Putin just trying to take over all these countries again to make Russia beautiful and great again, like it was during the
make Russia great again.
Make Russia great again. And try to take back all the Soviet Union countries again, or is he really just worried about NATO expansion? I think it's a little bit of an excuse and bullshit. But if Trump can get them to at least ceasefire and start talking about it, perhaps Ukraine has to give up portion of its country, which it had already given up the Donbass region. So we'll have to see what happens. It depends on if they want to continue fighting. Either way, our companies are making a whole bunch of money from this war. So
facts. Okay.
What else? Just be real quick. Tariffs. We'll see about tariffs. I still think people think he's going to start implementing tariffs on day one. I think tariffs are a negotiating strategy. So we'll see if he actually implements tariffs on the first day, or if he just threatens them and says, look, this is what you have to do in order for us to not to put a tariff on you. I saw the other day that Canada said, oh, we're going to tariff you. We're going to tariff you. I'm like,
okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, go for it, bro.
But it actually made me wonder, like, do we have something? Do we get something in Canada besides comedians?
Go ahead.
And movie people?
Tariff us.
I'm just saying, is there a commodity from Canada? And maybe I'm not aware of this. I couldn't find anything. Maple syrup, I think, might be one of them. Is there a commodity that they can tariff us on? That we receive. Now, if they tariff U.S. goods that are coming to Canada, they could do that, but it's by way of China right now. So we'll have to see how that works out.
Go ahead, Canada. Go ahead. I dare you.
Listen, we love Canada.
Huh?
We love Canada.
Tariff us, bro. Do it.
But just remember, Trump is threatening. Okay, negotiate. He's threatening. Now you got to remember, Canada, you guys are getting a whole bunch of free money from the U.S. So just got to find a better way to work that out. Same with Mexico. Canceling the electric vehicle mandate. So in 2021, Biden did sign an executive order setting a nationwide goal aiming for 50% of all new cars and trucks sold by 2030 to be zero emission. So half of all of our cars were supposed to be zero emission in the next 5 years. Trump is probably going to nix that one out.
And you want to know why? Because we don't have the infrastructure to support. We don't have the infrastructure to support that demand.
Mm-hmm.
And number one. Number two, guess where most of the energy comes from when you charge your EV?
Oh, yeah. No,
fossil fuels.
It does. You're right.
It's all kabuki theater with this whole EV thing. Because We do not have the infrastructure to support it, A, and B, and we're still using oil. You just don't see it when you're charging your car. I'm not against EVs. I'm just saying, like, let's not pretend that you're not filling up on fossil fuels, because that energy is coming from somewhere, and solar accounts for a tiny, infinite percentage of what we actually power our grid with. So,
very true. Another thing he's going to do on day one, he's promised to do is, and this is something that's going to be interesting to some people, is he's probably going to change women's keeping men out of women's sports. So expect on day one for him to sign an executive order that cuts federal spending for schools that push critical race theory, transgender rules for kids, inappropriate racial, sexual, and political content to the kids. Expect that to happen. And schools that are pushing those things are probably not going to get money from the federal government. They can't stop it 100% but they won't be getting any federal money. Yeah,
wow.
Those are kind of the big ones.
That's
I mean,
the big
he's
ones,
probably
yeah.
got other things, but those are the important ones, I think.
yeah, I mean, obviously, of course, he's also going to slap Kamala on the rear on the way out. That's going to happen day one.
Yeah, he already slapped Kamala in the rear in November.
All
If
right.
you saw her during the, if you
Obviously,
saw them
I'm
during
joking.
if you saw them on the when Jimmy Carter's funeral, boy, she just had nothing but daggers.
Oh my God, he was sitting there.
Nothing but daggers.
He's talking to Barack Obama, President Obama, and they're like laughing it up and acting all chummy and like pointing at people and making jokes, and she's just like,
She looked really, really angry. Yeah, it was funny. It's kind of funny to watch.
he's like, at one point, Barack Obama points at her, and they laugh to each other.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I was embarrassed for her, if I'm being honest.
Well, you know, she lost, and it sucks to lose. So it's hard to say. I'm sure she won't be at his inauguration.
No.
We'll see what else.
Oh, some of these people, I am not going to Trump's inauguration. Trump doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
He does not give a crap if you go to, if
I put that in the same category with the people who say they're going to leave the country if Trump becomes president. You know,
please
so-
do it.
And they won't, I guess is what I'm saying.
They won't. I won't.
They
I just want one though celebrity to actually do it one time, so I could be like, hey,
Ellen DeGeneres did.
Good for you.
Ellen did.
That's right. Okay, good.
She did. She went to England.
Pretty sure she's escaping some kind of criminal thing.
That was going to be my next statement.
I don't think it has anything to do with Trump.
Let's talk TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, there is one more thing Trump's going to do on his first 100 days. Sorry, I'm getting messages here. I got to close this window because someone's texting me nonstop. I apologize.
Nice.
One more thing Trump's going to do on day one is he is going to, there you go. He's going to most likely give TikTok a 30-day extension to prevent the U.S. ban.
When did that come out? Right now?
Yeah, via NBC.
Oh.
So what's interesting
That
here
makes
is
sense.
TikTok is going to be banned tomorrow, according to the rule. Trump gets into office on Monday. So there might be, if he actually does that, which I'm assuming he will, there might be a day where TikTok is just completely gone. And this is why it's important to talk about the TikTok thing, because people are losing it. I mean, they're losing it. First off, my opinion on the TikTok ban is, I don't care.
I don't use it. So.
Yeah, I don't use it. Now, I do think that there's a little bit of government overreach going on here. I don't know how true it is that ByteDance is which is the company that owns it, is spying on Americans through it. I don't know. And I don't know how much they spy versus Facebook and Instagram and all the other ones. I don't know.
Well, but the difference is ByteDance is a Chinese company, or they have responsibility to the Chinese government, and that's the problem. Is we don't want the Chinese government getting. Listen, China's been stealing with us for 30 years.
China has like
40 years, and so
I get that, but also TikTok is banned in China.
What?
TikTok's not allowed in China.
Well, yeah, they're probably smarter than we are, but as I sit there with my kids doing this, drooling is their video.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, honestly,
It's just triggering
if
their
our
dopamine
brains
receptors.
are being turned into mush.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really use TikTok. We have a TikTok for our other thing. We rarely ever upload to it. I'm not against it or for it. I do think I don't like the government involved in anything. I believe that people should be able to make decisions on for themselves.
Now,
Now,
I
look,
don't think the government would be involved if there wasn't concerns about another government benefiting from it off of us.
so there's an argument to be made though that
Yeah.
China owns shares in a lot of American companies, and you can make the same argument that they can be getting information from those companies too. So are we going to ban every company
those
in
American
China?
companies aren't required to share their information with China.
Right. Now,
ByteDance is. I get why this is happening. I don't like government overreach either.
Right.
But in this situation where a foreign government, I also don't like that foreign governments are able to buy land in our country.
Right, but
we can't just go buy land in other people's countries.
So
I don't know why we allow that.
So they're spying on us. How? They're spying on the people that install it. Well, the government can make a mandate where, hey, guess what? Soldiers are not allowed to use, or government employees are not allowed to use TikTok. People should be able to make the decision on their own. If I'm cool with China spying on me, then that's my prerogative.
No, it's not. It's not about him spying on you. It's if China can use the information they get from you to do something bad to our country. Now it's not about you. It's about our country. I don't give a shit if they see you walking around naked with your cameras. We buy our cameras from China. They're probably watching.
We buy our cameras from China, and they're super cheap. They're like $40 a camera, and they come with like Wi-Fi cloud access. And I'm like, there is no effing way,
right? But if they can get
that, they are not looking at us through cameras,
right? So I mean, we're in a technological war with China. We're in a weird war with China.
But but it's going through the app stores. It's not like people are downloading it sideloaded on their phones. Like the permissions are well known.
Do you know? Yeah, I mean, have you looked at the permissions? They get access to your microphone, so they can listen to all of your conversations.
Right, only when the app's open.
Who cares?
By the way, I'm not simping for TikTok. What I'm saying is,
if TikTok
those
is sitting
exact permissions are what Instagram uses, X uses, Facebook uses, YouTube uses. They all use the same permissions.
Right. But do you want a foreign company or a foreign government who does not have our best interest at heart to have any information at all that could possibly harm us? I'm asking.
I think China's throttling your internet connection right now.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Listen,
look how bad your camera looks.
Let me tell you,
It's weird. It doesn't look good it doesn't look bad on the main screen though.
We've been dealing with China for decades. We've been dealing with China's stealing personally, okay, for a long time.
Right.
Okay, so I'm fucking over it. Okay, and I'm over the Chinese government trying to harm our government. So here's the deal. TikTok is fun. Okay, but that little fun app is not worth compromising us. So sell it to Elon, which was what everybody would want, because Elon is going to make sure everybody gets free speech. He's going to enforce free speech on TikTok if he bought it, right?
Right.
Or sell it to any other, honestly, American patriot business owner. I don't care.
Sure.
Just don't sell it to George Soros. Just don't let the Chinese government continue utilizing it.
Yeah, don't sell it to George Soros.
And you got to remember, the Chinese government, this could be just a giant Trojan horse. And let me tell you why. Because they have agents in all of our colleges. They fund, the Chinese government funds many of our colleges.
Right.
They have organizations inside of our colleges that have Chinese government officials involved in that. I mean, they are insidious. They're buying up our farmland near our military installations. Okay. I am sorry. We need to put the kibosh on China owning shit over here. You know how much of our debt they own? They keep buying our debt. They are trying to destroy us. I mean, imagine if you got this neighbor who you were like, he's not really a threat. But everything that the neighbor does is an attempt to bring you down.
Right.
At some point, you have to stop it. So I say, put TikTok to bed, make them sell it to somebody else, or have ByteDance separate themselves from the Chinese government, which they can't because the Chinese government won't let them go. There you go.
You know, it's really weird. Like, you're on this rant right now, and I am tripping because, like, your camera is only crappy in OBS. It's not crappy in the actual system itself.
Well, I mean, I look blurry on screen.
You don't look blurry on my preview. Only in
but on the actual YouTube, I look blurry.
Yeah, it's weird. Weird. Yeah. So another thing about this thing is a lot of people are leaving TikTok because they're worried that's going to get banned, and they're flocking to an app in China called RedNote.
For my China.
And
oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Did you just say who's leaving TikTok?
A lot of the TikTokers are leaving TikTok
that are in the United States.
That are in the United States
to go to a Chinese app.
To go to a Chinese app called RedNote.
Oh, all right.
It's actually worse. They're going to a Chinese app with none of the restrictions that TikTok has.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, here's the thing. Like, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm with somebody made a comment here. Who was it? It was Chappie. I hate TikTok with all my being, but I don't agree with banning. See, this is a very tough place to be because what Chappie's saying is 100% true. If TikTok was an American company, I would be like, shut the fuck up. Let them do what they want to do.
Right.
Okay, that would be my opinion.
Sure.
But because it's a foreign company that's trying to, it belongs to a foreign government that doesn't have our best interest in heart, now I'm skeptical. So I don't like banning either, but I'm all about banning foreign countries that don't have our best interest at heart.
Sure.
So it's a difficult place to be in. And if they go to this other Chinese app, well, guess what? We have to make sure that Chinese app isn't available either.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry. It's just the way it has to be. You know, we can't have Russian software if it's spying on us to hurt our country.
So now,
even though it may hurt freedom, and I hate to say that, but you know, the world doesn't realize, you know, at what position we are with these other places in the world. I don't care if we're the superpower, but we better be friends with whoever is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Chinese government is happy with just beating us. I think they want to destroy us.
Yeah. Well,
so
the biggest problem though, Shane, is that you can't stop Americans from going over to and sideloading another app from another country. It's not possible.
Well, maybe that's true. But you can make it unavailable, I guess.
How can you
there's got to be. Once you open up the world stage, and this is what's happened in our lifetime, once we've globalized, which we've now done in a lot of cases, you're always going to have ways around it. But, you know, the government has to protect, you know, their citizens, even if the citizens don't understand what they're doing to themselves.
Sure, I get what you're saying. They really don't know what they're doing to themselves. I'll tell you that right now, because they're going over there to another country, to another, you know, to a much more, what's the right word? Way more insecure, more data collection on their part, and they're going to that country, and they're. This is what so many people are saying. It's sort of nuts. They're saying, look how great it is in China. It's fantastic in China. In their words, the Chinese Communist Party is celebrating the ban of TikTok as American influencers move to CCP-controlled platforms like RedNote. But by the way, RedNote is the actual translation is like Mao's Red Note, which is really something else.
I mean, is it now? I just want to be careful here. Are you reporting about something that's widespread or just a few people mentioned?
No, it's widespread.
Okay,
it's widespread.
But I mean, is that confirmed, or is this person just telling you that?
No. This is confirmed. It's literally being sourced on not just on to Twitter, but on TikTok. People are advertising for RedNote. We're going to RedNote. Go over here. I must have scrolled through hundreds of these.
The influencers are going to RedNote.
Right, which other people are too. And an interesting thing is that Red Note actually doesn't allow LGBT content, Q content. They only have 2 genders. So some of these people are being banned in mass. They're literally removing any content that has, that promotes that kind of stuff. And all these people and all these soldiers are joining Red Note, and they're filming themselves in military vehicles, in training on a foreign controlled software.
Yeah, this is a problem. I mean, freedom is complicated. Like, they said after 9/11 that we created the Homeland, we created the Homeland Security branch, of the government.
Right.
Because we needed to like protect, and what happened was we lost freedoms as a result of that. So there's this fine balance between like losing freedom and gaining security, and that's a balance that we're going to have to figure out going into this new global society that we live in. And it's going to be harder to find the bad actors and to weed them out. Let's put it this way. TikTok is not a critical thing. I know people like it, people enjoy it, but there are other services that do the exact same thing.
Right.
So it's not like you're losing YouTube or what. I'm trying to think, what's something else that you can't lose that you just wouldn't be able to get anywhere else? All streaming services.
Yeah.
It's not like you're losing, I guess that's the way I would look at it. It's tough though. It's tough. I see other people's points of views.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I don't care that much because I don't use it, but I'm right there with a lot of people. I think the government shouldn't be involved. Like I said, they're trying to ban TikTok, and now it's actually worse. Now you have soldiers and young people that are willingly going to installing spyware with no restrictions from China. They're literally using Google Translate to sign up for accounts. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, and so at some point, I think what you said earlier about the government's going to have to say, okay, if you belong to the government or your family belongs to the government, you're not going to be able to have these apps. I mean, that's probably where it's going to end up going. And it's like, you work for us. These are the rules that we set forward, in order to protect our sensitive information. The problem with China, and most people understand it, is like they've been sending people into our biggest companies and stealing our information. I mean, how do you think China got nuclear information, how to make nuclear bombs? I mean, all this is stolen. All their ability to go into space, stolen. All of it's stolen from our major corporations, and that's their operation: steal, and then make it themselves. And it's just, I fucking hate that. I hate all the people trying to steal from us. What do we get? 3 to 10 phone calls, emails, every single day, trying to trick us into stealing from us, and it's all coming from those parts of the world.
Hello, my name is Jim.
Frustrating.
My name is Jim, and I want to talk to you about your bank account. You are overdrawn.
Of character.
No.
And that really, I don't know. I don't know why that exists. I don't know why some people could be like that.
We're going to move on to the next topic here, but I did want to end this topic with this gem. Red Note users that are experiencing this influx of TikTokers into their app are not happy.
All white people stop using Red Note.
All white people.
You bring pervert and slut behavior to Red Note. Not good. No good.
Look at this white slut. Already spread slut virus on Red Note. Shake arm fat like country flag. Slut make America most disgust. Now all this slut try to make China most disgust. Slut virus most strong. I'm not approve.
Listen, most people don't write in their broken English that they speak. So that seems like bullshit to me.
No, that's not true. I have friends who I have people that we worked with that write in broken English to me because English is not their first language.
But still, okay, all right. I just don't trust anything anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to believe if anything's real.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. A lot of people though are pretty upset. And well, here's the deal. Like some people are getting banned. Like you can't go on there and shake your butt on that app because they don't allow lewd behavior, and they just ban it. Dude.
Okay. Well, there you go. You got to follow the rules, right?
You gotta follow the rules, and you know what? Like half of TikTok is lewd behavior.
Oh yeah.
Half of TikTok is youngsters shaking their rears. That's half of it. All right. Which is why, by the way, my kids are not allowed to have TikTok. Can't do it.
Well, you have daughters. I have sons. So.
Oh yeah. Well, you go crazy. You're fine.
So that's the difference. Yeah. They can shake their butts all they want. Nobody gives.
No one cares. Yeah. But my kids not. You know what's funny? I let my kids have YouTube Shorts, because YouTube actually has like kid controls and stuff.
That's true.
And they don't allow you to reuse content. It's way safe. And I'm not saying it's safe either. I'm saying it's safer.
Safer, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about aliens, man. This is crazy.
It's funny you said it.
You want to set this up before I play the clip?
Yeah, I don't know how many of you follow the UFO phenomenon.
Explain what a UAP is, please.
So, unidentified aerial phenomenon. That's UAP.
Cool name for a UFO.
UFO.
Yeah,
it used to be UFO, but UFO became excuse me. UFO became kind of synonymous with aliens, like actual extraterrestrials. So they said, let's come up with another term that, because there are things that are unexplained that may not be extraterrestrial, right? It could be the government, it could be, natural, it could be, extraterrestrial. So UAP was come up with. And when the New York Times broke its story back in 2018, I think it was, that the military was running into these UAPs, number one, it completely made me go, what the hell? Because literally I was on another ship across from the ship that Commander Fravor was flying off of at the time he saw the TikTok vehicle. And we had no idea that was going on.
Right.
Going back all those years ago. And this is back in 2004, I think. And we happened to be doing, workups with that other aircraft carrier. And so it blows my mind to think that I was in the vicinity that this event occurred that is now worldwide and is so crazy. So that brought,
oh my God, I just screwed up. Sorry, Shane. Hold up. I just screwed up. Go ahead. You can talk.
Thanks. Was I gone or something? Can you tell me?
Yeah, I know. Your face was still here, but I lost audio because I was trying to adjust.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to make adjustments.
So when this story came out, sorry, I'll go back.
Disaster today.
When did they stop hearing me?
It was only like a couple seconds.
Okay, so we were out operating in the same place. I was on the Reagan, and Fravor is somebody he's a straight up guy. You just know he's legit. So he's not saying something that he didn't see. And when I heard it was him, that was it, bro. That was it. I'm like, I believe. Up until that point, I did not believe. I hoped, I did not believe. And so I've been following this very closely since that time frame. I've listened to every piece of information. I've listened to everything that's happened. I'm constantly curious as to what's going on. This whole drone thing, everything going on. So now, what have we had?
By the way, in comparison to Shane, I believe in science. I believe it's possible, but I'm an ultra skeptic.
We should all be skeptical.
Yeah.
But we should also be open because we don't know shit. To
this day, I still don't know what I saw on the way to work. Remember that video I showed you?
Uh-huh.
Still don't know to this day what I saw on the way to work. That weird, those lights dancing in the sky at like 4 a.m. To this day, cannot tell you what that was. I've looked it up. Can't figure it out.
But you probably think of it, it's explainable. Like in our minds, we go, it's something I don't.
Maybe it's helicopters for no reason flying around at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
maybe.
So now, but this stuff's not. Okay, so when David Garush came out last year, I think it was, a year and a half ago, and said, look, we have alien craft.
I remember that.
Okay.
Everyone's
We
like,
got-
cool, bro. It's cool.
David Grush came out and said, look, hey, but here's the thing. What he said was, I've talked to people who have been directly involved and have seen these things.
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
Still, David Grush, even though he was telling us this interesting information, he hadn't seen anything.
Right.
The person who's going to speak today is one of the people that did see things and was telling David Grush and has apparently photo evidence.
Oh, it's happening
that's
today.
Supposed to come out today.
Ooh.
It's a News Nation, I think, special coming out later today. Yeah, let me
With
click on this here.
Cuomo. You want me to play
It's
the
not
clip?
Cuomo. It's not Cuomo.
Oh, well,
But
this
Cuomo
clip-
did talk to the guy. Russ Coulthart is the guy that they're gonna. Yeah, go ahead and play the clip.
Yeah, this clip is Cuomo. Here we go.
Can I say I'm very convinced that Jake Barber is a former top tier 1 military personnel. He's served at the highest levels of the US military, the US Air Force. His service is corroborated by 3 people on the program and 2 of his colleagues who've worked with him on what he euphemistically refers to as the range where these objects were recovered, backing his story. And they are also former tier 1 operatives, the very highest elite of the US military. We've been able to confirm Mr. Barber's service with him. We've been with him when he's gone to give evidence to the Senate Select Committee for Intelligence, and we've been watching over his shoulder as he's also briefed ARROW, the Pentagon's UFO office. And it's quite clear everyone's taking his information very seriously. The big question is anybody going to do anything about it?
What's an HI?
Good job, Chris. Way not to know, man.
Wait, good job,
Non-human
Cuomo.
intelligence, dude.
What's an HI?
Well, it's
Who
funny
take
because
that
everybody's
question?
confused.
yeah. I know that.
Luis Elizondo, non-human
I'm
intelligence.
Cuomo. Oh my God, Cuomo.
So, anyways, there's this whole section. But let me break it down for you a little more because that can kind of get. So the guy's name is Jake Barber,
right.
Special Forces pilot, believes. So the interview is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time on News Nation, 5 o'clock Pacific here for us. I really hope it's not more of nothing. I don't want to hear another guy just talk about what he's seen. I really want evidence. Okay. They keep talking about the fact that we're about to have disclosure. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I really hope that something gets shown to us because this guy said that he was within 150 feet of a Tic Tac UFO that they were retrieving. That's the one that.
What, they retrieved one of those? The ones that fly
Yes.
at like supersonic speeds?
Yes, this is what he's saying. And that's the same one that Dave Fravor said he saw. And this guy's saying they've retrieved one.
That's pretty wild.
So if this is true, this changes so many things. I mean, you go back to, all these UFO, all these stories you've heard of what's happening out at Area 51 and, the fact that people were like, wow, this stuff's not true. Well, listen, the government may have actually had these crafts for a long, long time. So it's time for us to know. I think the world's ready to hear if this is true. They may not even be current. They might be from a long, long time ago. I've heard reports that these are thousands of years old, perhaps. But whatever it is, it's time. It's time for us to find out. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah. I want to know. I want to know where they come from, and if okay. Here's the deal. This is why I'm so skeptical. Skeptical. This is why I have a hard time believing that they've been here, because the vastness of space. We are like a needle in a pile of needles.
What if they didn't come from space?
No, let me finish. I was getting there, dude. You fucking stepped
sorry.
on it, dude.
Well, I mean, you
Come
you
on,
said,
bro.
You said that's why you don't believe.
The reason I have a hard time believing it because the classical interpretation of an alien is that they came from another planet somewhere far, far away in a galaxy far, far away, and they
Star
found
Wars.
us.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, the odds of another civilization finding us are actually astronomically small.
Unless they have better technology than we do.
Yeah, they got great technology.
And maybe they've been around for a
And
million
then
years.
now couple that with the odds of them having the technology to travel vast distances like that. Couple that with like there's so many, and then you add in stuff like the Great Filter and things that would we haven't seen any evidence of any civilization out there. We've been looking for a long time. I mean,
Well,
I guess what the
not
public
really.
knows, right? I mean, we have the SETI program. We're searching
yeah,
for
that's nothing. That was just radio waves. Really until the James Webb Space Telescope and Hubble before that a little bit, we were able to kind of see worlds,
sure.
but we really haven't seen, very small portion of the sky we've seen.
Sure. So
I don't think we should think of ourselves as subject matter experts.
No, I'm not. But the one thing that makes me go, I don't believe it, because I don't think the aliens can be coming from outside in this space somewhere. I think that the odds are too far apart.
Okay, I think that's fair.
But it might be possible that there's quote unquote aliens that just never left.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
That's what I feel
If they're
like.
here, they live in the ocean, bro.
Yeah, they live in the like straight up like Atlantis.
Because we haven't explored the ocean.
Yeah, we haven't explored all the ocean. They might live
Screw
underground.
Atlantis. Screw Atlantis. Don't bring Atlantis into it.
I'm not saying Atlantis. I'm saying that's where part of that myth could have come from.
Perhaps.
Or how about straight up lizard people in the Earth crust, right? From the previous, 5 cycles ago, they've been hibernating. They're in small quantities. Maybe they come out just to stop us from blowing the planet up again. Maybe we've nuked this planet multiple times, and that's why these guys come out every time there's a nuclear test or something crazy. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's possible. That's a lot of conjecture. But if you take a look at the facts, like what do we
I
know?
would believe that faster than I would believe an alien coming here from another galaxy.
Fair enough. And maybe also from an alternate dimension that we,
I have a hard time with
reality.
that one, but
Yeah, but I've come to the understanding that they exist, perhaps.
I guess. I mean, there's multiple dimensions, like in physics. That's a thing.
It's hard to get you wrap your hand but I like this. I like the concept of what you just said about. Okay, they've been here a long time, so
Yeah,
all the
they're here.
evidence,
right?
all the evidence that you kind of see pulled together. Did you end up watching that video I sent you, the phenomenon?
About half of it.
Okay, if you watch the whole thing,
I'm gonna finish it later on. I was so busy last night. You know that.
yeah. If you guys haven't seen the phenomenon, it's a really great documentary. And basically it takes like all the evidence of UFOs and kind of reportings and things that have happened. And it tells a long story and kind of gives you like an overarching picture of why, of what might be going on. And what the stories tell us over and over and over again is that these things frequently come from the sea, from the ocean. They're frequently, the messages when they do end up talking with people are about technology and technology being dangerous and about nuclear stuff. All of these drones or UAPs or UFOs or whatever are interacting with nuclear facilities. Those kids in Africa were told nuclear is bad. And we're finding all these USOs, underwater surface things, in the water as well. And we've had like submarine people. So honestly, the best thing for me would be like, here's what it is. It's some sort of alien civilization, maybe perhaps stranded on this planet, have been here for perhaps a long time, live at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. What if they just crashed here like 1 million years ago, and they're just like, God, we gotta get off this planet.
And they're trying not to. Yeah.
These
And they
freaking
know that
monkey people are such a pain in the ass. They keep trying to nuke the place.
Well, here's the thing. Like they probably didn't want to have shit to do with us until nukes, because this stuff didn't really start happening much. A little bit, but really,
what if they have to live underwater?
We dropped the nukes
because they're susceptible to like energy, and nuke is going to make it impossible for them to live there.
Maybe, but
what if solar energy is like their weakness now after this?
Perhaps, maybe.
I'm a sci-fi guy, so I'm thinking about all the stories that can be told here.
But what I'm trying to say is, let's deal with like what the facts are. You would not want if you only had like a small alien civilization. Let's say they crash landed here. Let's say there was 100 of them, 1,000 of them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
the humans are going to destroy them all as soon as they find them.
Yeah, instantly.
They're going to, it's going to be bad for them because humans have evolved very barbarically, and they probably stayed away from us for a long time until we dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and all of a sudden we're like, oh shit.
They're going to kill us by accident.
Right. We're all going to die.
These dumb monkeys are going to kill us by accident.
Right. So now they got these drones going around, right, looking and keeping an eye on us, trying to like send us like subtle messages to knock it off. Right. At some point, you know, you're going to have to face, I don't know. This is all hypothetical, but I'm just saying all the evidence of people who said they've talked with these beings, and these are people who have not talked to each other. Anyways, go watch The Phenomenon. It's a really interesting documentary.
Every time I listen to Joe Rogan, I'm like, well, maybe their dimensions do exist and you can access them by getting super high and taking mushrooms. Yeah. Wizard Lives Matters says, unless aliens can figure out how to fold space or some other trick, they can never reach us here. The universe is expanding fast. Yeah. You're talking about the Tesseract, right? Like, yeah, I don't, and we don't even know if that's possible. Like the Heisenberg Road, whatever, that bridge that Einstein theorized, it's a theory, and there's so much technology that would have to get to that. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think folding space is possible. I don't think faster than light travel. I don't think faster than light travel for physical objects is possible.
Well, physics would tell you none of it works. But what I'm trying to say is we don't know. Like, I love when scientists are like, it's not possible. Like, well, how the fuck do you know if it's not possible? Like, we don't know what's happening on the other side of this universe, which, oh, by the way, we can't even see to the end of where the universe exists. So, frankly speaking,
I do believe in quantum theory. That's proven. You know, you play with a quantum atom on one side, it duplicates the same exact response on the other. That's a fact. These are quantum entanglement's a real thing, which technically that would be the basis of teleportation in some way, but I'm not sure how that would work.
So there's a lot we don't know, and we're a very young species. Very young species.
Yeah. So I do know that there is something.
Let's keep our minds open.
There is such thing as a great filter, and we haven't.
Well, you don't even know that.
We haven't gotten to it yet. I mean, there has to be, right? Because we see no evidence of life anywhere.
That doesn't mean anything. The universe is huge, and we have only been looking for 25 years. I'm telling you, and we haven't until the James Webb telescope went up. We really couldn't see that well.
But bro, in the millions and billions of years the universe has been in existence, the universe should be teeming with life.
Not necessarily. Not if life is rare.
Even if it's rare, with the amount of time it's been around, there should be plenty of life out there. So there has to be a filter out there that stops life from getting off a planet.
I don't think you really understand how small of a portion we've seen into trying to determine when we're looking at other planets. Like, I don't think you understand like 0.000000005 of all. So the reality is we don't know what we don't know. And I think it's hard to say. I mean, it's a theory. There could be a great filter. Maybe that's the reason why, and maybe humanity, maybe we've been to this point many times.
I tend to believe that time is secular, and I think we've gotten to maybe this. Someone said the other day, and maybe it was you, I forgot. What if the filter we got to every single time was like the typical war, conquer, empire falling, empire rising, but then the industrial age triggered something. What if our planet is always in this? Yeah, you said it. We're supposed to be in this like cold cycle where humans have to go and live in caves, and nothing can progress technologically. But then the industrial age kicked off right before that last cycle, and we've been warming
the planet.
We've been warming the planet. Maybe the great filter was maybe the great filter was timing the whole time.
Could be.
Maybe we finally got technology at the right time, right before that next ice age. I don't know.
Yeah, and here now we've harnessed the power of the sun. What's the most powerful thing in the universe we know of? Yeah. The sun. And we have now harnessed the power of the sun by breaking atoms. separate splitting atoms. So yeah, if you're an alien civilization close by, I don't want no sun on the earth. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Michaela Tun, I don't know.
Ton.
Dude, space is massive. For all we know, aliens have a quarantine around us.
Oh, bro.
What do you think about that?
My mind just blew. Oh, what
There
if
you
there's
go.
a bunch of
Michael
aliens
Elton.
and they're
Thank
like,
you, Michael.
yeah, humans aren't ready for anything yet, dude. Don't let them see anything.
Don't listen. They'll kill everything.
And we're just like,
Okay.
they're not ready. What if there's a prime directive and we're not even remotely close to it yet? Oh, that's wild.
There's so many things we could do.
Also, we could just be living in a simulation, and none of this matters.
Just, I was listening to that yesterday.
I'm going to break your brain. Elon Musk believes that he said, in his words, it's highly likely that we are living in a simulation.
Well, whoever's running my controller, just help me lose weight a little faster,
Yeah,
please.
Jerry,
okay?
can you help me out, bro? I eat way too much pizza. I'm tired all the time.
My
Do
Sims program
better.
is not, you're not doing well.
The gamer controlling me really sucks at this game.
And on that note,
Oh, what if this is a prison planet? Oh
Stop it, Michael.
my god!
Stop it, Michael.
Oh my god, you're blowing my mind right now, dude. Yeah, you know what? You said it best. You don't know what you don't know.
Don't know what you don't know.
So it's gonna be interesting later on. I would like to know. Of course, everyone would. Like, I'll end it with this. If there is alien life, I think it's here. It's coming from here.
Okay.
Non-human life. And it
What if
could
they're
be
future
something
humans?
as simple as something that evolved alongside us that isn't carbon-based.
What if they're future humans?
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. My brain is exploding. Oh, my, wait. What if they came to the past as refugees? Because the future is
because the future's
so
destroyed.
shitty.
The future's destroyed by nuclear everything.
Oh, bro. And
There you go.
And they're all just living here because at some point maybe they're all futilely trying to change the course of history by halting the power of the sun, nuclear test. They're like, dude, it all ends. But they
picking up what
can't
you're putting down.
because it would be a fixed place. Not happening. Can't change time.
I feel like I've seen this movie.
I feel like I have too. I think it's called. I think I saw a TV show.
What's the
about
one-
this. Terra
what's the
Nova,
one-
Terra something.
What's the one where the guy from Parks and Recs, Chris Pratt, goes to the past because goes to the future to fight? I can't remember, to fight aliens.
Oh, I never
They're
saw
gonna
that
attack
movie.
the
I
planet.
heard about it though.
Yeah,
There was a
okay.
show by the guys who made the Orville. By what is that guy's name? We met him. We met him at the show at the Orville thing. John Kazar. Yeah. He made a show called Terra Nova, where like the future sucks.
Thank you, Frank. Tomorrow War.
Thank you. Yeah. The future sucks. Like the air is like barely breathable. We've damaged this planet beyond repair. People can only have like one kid. Everyone pretty much uses rebreathers and stuff. And they found a
Sounds like District 9.
they accidentally opened a rift that goes back to one particular place, and it's before the KT event. You know the KT event?
Is that what Terra Nova's about?
Yeah, and so they figured out a way to control the rift so they can open it and close it. They can't go two ways, but they can send people back there, right?
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna go watch it.
And it happens before what's crazy is the KT event is still going to happen at some point in a million years, but they can send people there to live. Like the asteroid's still going to hit the planet at some point. Life's going to be snuffed out. So they go way far back in the past, and they're trying to set up a new civilization where the Earth is not effed up yet. And they know they can do it and not affect the future, because the KT event is going to wipe the slate clean by the time it gets to them.
Interesting. All right, I'll check it out.
It's very interesting. Good show. actually, you shouldn't watch it because there's no conclusion because they didn't do a second season. So.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't watch it. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I like the show, but I'm still mad that Kazar went to go work for some spy company and didn't finish that.
I'm going to ask him how it was supposed to end.
He told us.
I don't remember that. I wasn't curious. I had never seen it, so I didn't care probably.
Yeah, and at that Orville experience, he was like, well, we were planning on blowing up that portal, and they did blow up one side of the portal, and then the second season would be about the humans rebuilding, and they would have no connection to the future, which would have been way cooler. All right, guys, that is it for the show. We do have to go. I've enjoyed our time with you. I'm sorry for all the weird technical issues. What's funny is I actually figured out how to fix your camera halfway through the stream, which I'm gonna utilize that fix for next week. Next week we will be on Rumble. Currently we are on X and YouTube. But you guys are awesome. Love you guys.
We appreciate you so much. Come back next Saturday and hang out with us. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully we get some interesting news about the aliens.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Or UAPs.
All right. Well, hey, by the way, we love you and we appreciate you, and we'll be back next week. Have a great week. Awesome weekend, guys.
Happy Inauguration Day.
Later, guys. Which button do I press again for this? It's all different. Oh wait, here.
Here comes the